What's good? It's Maleea.
Now I'm Jae.
And let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. That's our, non-copyrighted Pretty Ricky. But it fits the topic perfectly.
We've been waiting for this moment so long. If you don't want to listen to us talking about sex, pause and quit.
Pause and quit. Wow.
I mean, it's kind of sensitive topic to talk about.
Yeah. It's not for everyone, but we feel like talking about sex and sexual health is really important. So that's why we're talking about it today.
Because sex is, one of lifestyle, actually. Sex is important. Who doesn't want to have sex?
Lots of people would have to say that it's important to their lifestyle. Sex is definitely one of those taboo topics that no one really wants to talk about, but we hope that we can speak honestly today so that we can all have a nice conversation about it.
We're gonna talk about everything.
Everything. Did you know that only 13 states offer medically accurate sex ed? That's insane given that so many people practice sex and didn't even get the baseline knowledge that they needed to know to go into it. And unfortunately, a lot of people just don't get that knowledge, really.
My experience about sex education in Korea. There are sex education in Korea, but in my experience, elementary school and middle school, and we do get sex educations once every year or twice a year. And it's kind of like a fundamental. And after you go to high school or graduate high school, you don't really get an opportunity to get legit sex education. I heard on the news that in 2020, not even 10 years ago, a high school teacher in Korea was gonna do a sex education course and ask students to bring bananas to practice how to use condoms. But a lot of the students' moms complained about it to the government website, forcing the teacher to cancel the sex education class.
So they just wanted to show how to use a condom, but the moms didn't want their child to know how to use a condom in high school, right?
Yeah, like some of moms thought like using banana or using condom was too much for the students. That news tells us that we have a long way to go in Korea.
Sexual education should be detailing all the things we should know, from anatomy to even pleasure, because pleasure is important as well. You should enjoy it.
I mean, that's all. The sex is for pleasure.
Yeah. Some people aren't pleasuring people out here,
Not me.
Are you sure about that?
Ooh. Burn. That was... Oh, okay.
Nothing is more disappointing when you hook up with someone and either they have no idea what they're doing or you are just as clueless. Luckily for us, we have the internet and there is so much information to last a lifetime. That brought us to Beducated, an online sex ed platform that teaches you about various aspects of sex, including blowjobs, squirting, and open relationships even. And you might be thinking to yourself, why did we take this class? Because clearly we know how to do some things already. But if you think about it, you spend a lot of time studying about things that you want to be better at, right? Who is to say that I am the best at every sexual related thing ever, right? Like, I would never sit here and claim that about my Korean or even my psychology skills. I could never. So I would definitely not say it about sex. So what's wrong with studying to learn to be better at it? Even if you think you know everything about G-spots. I'm sure you can learn something and get some insight from this course. I feel like because porn is just so easily and readily available that of course you're gonna watch that and then you're gonna think that you learned something, but porn isn't gonna teach us everything that we need to know.
As a typical man, I watch porn these days too. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know Maleea knows, that I'm watching porn? Do you know that I'm watching porn?
I've never seen you watch porn.
Because I've been doing it secretly. So.
Secretly. Me too. Did you know that?
Okay, before we talk about this, we should make sure that we don't have any serious problem about sex. We're fine. We are totally fine.
Yeah.
We've been having sex for 5 years, but I feel like it's time to develop our skill.
Yeah. I can understand that too. You know, especially when you've been with someone for so long, like we've been together for almost 5 years now. So we've been having sex for 5 years, and there's nothing wrong with finding new things to spark or to just try out, because, you know, we're going to spend a lifetime together. We might as well try everything.
My goal when I have sex is actually like to please the partner.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's my main goal. But only the resource that I'm studying from is by porn.
Yeah.
Or my exes.
Yeah.
So there's not many data to study.
Yeah.
And now I'm in relationship with you, and we're not in open relationship. So I can't have sex with others. So I can't really develop my experience.
Yeah.
And
like going to school.
Yeah, stack my data.
Yeah.
That's why it's great opportunity to study as an adult and man, because where else can you get this kind of information and techniques? Because this, I didn't know it was this detailed.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, before...
No, I mean, yeah, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it in a second, but we just wanted to let you guys know our position on it.
Yeah. When you watch these videos, when you take this course, you will see everything. Like,
everything.
I mean,
everything.
Everything. It was really more informative than I thought.
While we're talking about the courses themselves, we might as well dive deep and tell you guys which courses we took and how we felt about it.
Yeah.
So the courses that I took were blowjob, anal sex, and kinky sex. Interesting takes. And of course, I looked at a few other courses, but I was mostly interested in these three for us together. But there are tons of courses, so I might actually look into others for just myself for another time. So I took these courses for slightly different reasons. For blowjob, it's kind of hard to say these words because we're not used to saying these words in front of a camera. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like tripping over my words often.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's not what I would normally be talking about. For blowjob, I wanted to see what the course would say from start to finish for something so simple, right? You know, most people know how to give a blowjob, so I just wanted to see how the courses were geared. What does it really look like? You know, it's really interesting because most of the courses have a lot of videos, especially ones that are about specific things you can do to someone versus like an idea, like a threesome. There's a threesome course or an open relationship course. There's kinky sex, like I said before. And those are kind of more guided activities, lots of worksheets and information, and it takes you along through the process, but there aren't videos of people having kinky sex. Because the point is for you to like develop these skills, and like it sets it out in dates in dates. So like on your first date, you'll try this out. On your second date, like you can try this out. So I thought it was a really interesting approach to like get into, you know, these lifestyles or to just learn more. It's not just like oh, tonight you're gonna crack a whip on their nipple and then pour hot wax on it. Like, you know, that's not very constructive, I guess. So I think I appreciate that. And the other two were anal sex and kinky sex. And I kind of wanted to try these out because I don't have a ton of information on it. And I wanted to look into it and see what else can you do to prepare, or, you know, like any tips and tricks, because anal sex is not something that we often do, actually. And kinky sex at that, you know, there's ranges, there's like a dynamic for it. So you could always make it kinkier if you want, or tone it down.
Actually, I watched a lot of courses.
Oh.
One of the courses that I took was cunnilingus. You know, you need to know that.
You do need to know that. I feel like a lot of guys don't know.
I thought I knew that. And actually from these courses, I learned quite a lot. When I took these courses, I felt really respectful. I don't know, like before I was watching these videos, it was kind of weird. For me, it's like a porn. Everything I saw on like video with naked people was porn. But this one, it was like educational. So when I took these courses, I felt so respectful and not sexual way. I just felt only studying.
Yeah. Like literally looking at it as an observer to learn.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell every detail about what I've learned from these courses because it's kind of dirty.
A lot?
Yeah. A lot and dirty.
Okay.
Another course was squirting.
Ah.
You know, it's kind of like a man's fantasy. Making your partner squirt. I didn't know I would say this on YouTube, but
isn't that crazy?
it's kind of one of my fantasy.
Oh,
Like make
you took it a step further.
make women squirt. I mean, you know, like wow.
Why did you say squirt like that?
Squirt. Like squirrel.
Like Squirtle.
That's what squirt is. Oh yeah, I learned a lot. Did you know that squirt water is different than pee?
Yeah.
And did you know that clitoris is not just one part?
Yeah.
It's connected with that vulva area.
Somebody's learning a lot about anatomy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is they give us every detail, like anatomy.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
You can print out some papers about the courses. It's like a checklist. So you print out and before you do it. And there's like procedure. Before 1 hour, you need to, you shouldn't eat too much and something like that. Okay.
So when we first started taking these courses, I had no idea what to expect, honestly.
Yes.
I had no idea. I was like, wow, like a sex ed course, how is that going to be? How are you going to do that? And I was pleasantly surprised to see a lot of videos. So if you're a visual learner, then that's really good because, you know, you can just mimic or you can, you know, just take note and learn from the video itself. And like we've said, there are other resources like guides, print out worksheets, and lots of things that would help you prepare to, you know, do this, help you prepare your partner in everything. And while we're talking about preparing your partner, I feel like this is really good for couples in particular because like we said, we don't have any sexual problems at all. But once you've been in a relationship for a while, you probably want to start trying new things. And so with this course, you can really feel out literally everything to see like, oh, do I like this or do I like that? Or you redefine what you like. Maybe you find out that you like something else that they learned through the course, and it's perfect. I feel like, you know, I'm all for learning no matter what it's for, and especially for something that's going to benefit me and my partner.
Biggest thing that I learned from these courses was communication is really important with your partner. And actually, Beducated would be really good for couples, but also people who want to please themselves. I think that's also relationship with yourself.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like respecting yourself and pleasing yourself and get to know yourself.
You know, we're going to be apart for about a month or so. And so while we know how to masturbate, you know, these courses, we can like take a look and like try something new. So we'll be by ourselves and then we can like show up together and like, this is what I learned when you were away.
No. Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
So usually we would read a little bit of the course that we were interested in, like by ourselves during the day. And then when it gets towards the nighttime, you know, nighttime is like perfect mood. On those days, we knew that we would be coming together to either try out what we learned or to just have sex. So we would set the mood. We got our light, our Philips Hue light. We would turn down the lights, get some oils.
Or play some music.
You know, we had Crush bumping.
Yeah.
I feel like mood is really important when it comes to sex.
You know, as after 5 years, you might be bored about same sex every day. Not every day. Yeah, so that's why we were trying to set the mood differently than before.
Than we usually do. Yeah.
Before, I think I'm still, but I feel shy about sex. Like talking about sex or talking about my feelings like during sex. I felt really shy about that or embarrassed. But you know, these courses force you to communicate with your partner.
So while we're wrapping up, let's talk about how we felt about the course in general. I feel like I will definitely continue to use the course because there's a lot of information. And so there's a lot of things for me to go back and reference to. And like you said, it's almost like a relationship with yourself and with your partner, like getting to know yourself better, pleasing yourself better, and then also in turn, pleasing your partner better. So I feel like, why would I discontinue?
It was more focused on female, but there were some courses that men can take. But I think there are not many contents for men. If you're a couple, it's great. If you're alone, that's also better.
Yeah, actually. So. I also saw on Beducated's website, I'm not sure if there was their blog or what, I can't remember, but they have a 31 days of pleasure challenge. And so we're already doing a challenge right now. It's meditation and yoga, so we won't be doing it this month, but I feel like we should totally try it for later. As stated before, we took all of our courses on Beducated, and when you do get the subscription for Beducated, you actually get all of the courses and all of the materials wrapped in one, and a large archive of just about everything, like sex positions and massage types and lots of stuff. So you can always have that to reference on, really, like, you know what? That position looked real crazy. Let's try it tonight.
And we did it.
And it was crazy.
It was.
So if you use our code, which we will be leaving in the description box, you will get 70% off of the yearly pass, which means it'll be $2 a week, which is really low. It's actually lower than a 1-year subscription to Pornhub, which we looked up. So if you're gonna spend your money on sex of any sort, you should probably choose something where you can at least learn from it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Also with the course, you will be able to have a community where you can ask questions that you probably wouldn't want to ask someone else, or you're just insecure or embarrassed. You know, this is a judge-free community, so you could just go and get your questions answered.
It is also risk-free. There is a 2-week money-back guarantee if you really felt like you didn't gain anything.
We really suggest being open-minded when you try these courses or try something like this. Of course, no one wants to feel inadequate in having sex, but you kind of have to humble yourself, take a step back and think about what you need to improve on, just as if you would in school. Again, if you want to try out Beducated's courses, find our link in the description box. You will get 70% off the yearly pass, and you will keep it for a lifetime. So you will have all the courses on Beducated so that you can reference them at any time. Please leave a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and leave a comment to tell us what you think about this video, because it is stepping out of our comfort zone a little bit, you know, talking about sex. But you know, I felt like I enjoyed, you know, having this like candid conversation. Again, leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We will not be making every post from now on about sex. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. It's just one video. Just one video. You know, we're exploring all of our options and things that we can talk about. So with that, thanks for watching. See you later.